It's time for Debbie Wasserman-Schultz to go. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman-Schultz, who is also the chair of the Democratic National Committee, has been a thorn in my side and many others for quite some time now. She's done a lot of different things that have been highly questionable. She scheduled 6 debates for the Democratic candidates, and this move was seen largely in an attempt to shield any criticism or any exposure really of Hillary Clinton, because she really didn't need exposure. Everybody already knew her. But who they didn't know was Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley. She didn't want them to get, the exposure that they needed to attract new voters. So I had a problem with her for that. Many others did as well. She's done other things. One, she has removed the limits on corporate PAC money that Obama had put in place, because he actually didn't want corporate PACs and corporate lobbyists funding Democratic campaigns. She removed that. She removed that. Okay, so she's all for the corruption. That's her position. Recently, she has sided with Republicans on attacking the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is the agency that protects consumers from predatory payday lenders. She's on the Republican side on this, not the Democrats, but she's trying to pull Democrats to her side. This is Debbie Wasserman-Schultz. So even more recently, she has done something else that is deplorable. What'd she do, Mike?
Well, Schultz is up for re-election right now and is being challenged by Tim Canova, another Democrat. Mm-hmm. Now, as the chair of the Democratic National Committee, she did something very coincidental. I think it's just coincidental.
Very coincidental.
She has just, changed the rules a little bit and is not giving Tim Canova access to the Democratic voter rolls. Now, these rolls are supposed to be available for a Democrat who's running for any office, right, or the senator, or governor, or whatever. Congressman, mm-hmm, or whatever. Well, Debbie Wasserman-Schultz has decided that is no longer a standard. Now, we can see this as, random. Mm-hmm. We could.
Just convenient.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think so. And, she pretty much informed Mr. Canova that, you have no access to these voter rolls. Right. He would have access to them if, he was, trying to challenge a Republican. Mm-hmm. But Miss Schultz has made these roles unavailable to anyone challenging an incumbent Democrat, which is her.
Right. So did you get that fully? So the only Democrats running for office that can access these voter rolls, these files that have important information about the constituents, mm-hmm, and who to who to target to spread that message to get more voters for yourself, right? The only Democrats that are running that can attain these voter rolls are incumbents,
which
Democrats.
Just happens to be her,
right?
Just happens to be her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like she's like the dealer, the player, mm-hmm, the casino. Yep. She's everything. She's stacking the deck. Mm-hmm. Yep. And she's like knocking the legs right from under Canova.
Yep. I mean, that's effectively what she's doing. And it's important to note that she hasn't had a Democratic challenger before. Mm. But now Tim Canova is saying that's enough. She has to go. She's corrupt. She needs to go.
He's essentially running against Schultz essentially for the same reason that Bernie Sanders is running for president.
They're very similar. He has endorsed Bernie as well.
He endorsed Bernie.
So what he doesn't like about Wasserman-Schultz is, like we said before about the debates, the limiting of the debates. He thinks that she's corrupted by the corporate donations. He is, like Bernie Sanders, funded through small donations. So he wants to get rid of this corruption in the same way Bernie Sanders wants to remove the corruption. And now, just conveniently, just by chance, Debbie Wasserman-Schultz has changed the rules and won't let him get the voter rolls. So in response to this is what he had to say. I completely understand the need to protect incumbents from Republicans, but from other Democrats in a primary? Why would the party take a side in that contest? Democracy should be about having debate and contested elections. The better candidate should win, so to speak.
Well, it's not about democracy. It's about a corporatocracy. That's the thing. And so when that happens, you're going to have, incumbents like Schultz try to rig the system.
I mean, the level of corruption here is fascinating because she's doing this for self-serving purposes. Why would the DNC care about who's running for the Democratic office? It should be about who is the best candidate, right? Who can get elected. That's what it should be about. But she just so happens to be the chair of the DNC and has enacted these new rules to save her own skin.
It seems to me that like there would be some sort of either rule or some sort of I guess
like a conflict of interest. Yeah,
like how is this not a conflict of interest?
Because she clearly did this, like I just said, for self-serving purposes. She didn't do this for any other reason. If you think that, you're clearly out of your mind. She doesn't want to give up her spot in Congress. That's just the basic truth.
And she doesn't want to give up her spot on the donors list.